feel like there are other regions not fully taking advantage of its potential. Even after we've just seen EG from season 1 into Major with Abed's puck, it hasn't been changed a lot with the patch. I don't see how the stock would go down at all.
Yeah, puck is quite strong. Another thing I like about their lineup, this combo, I should say, is Snapfire. Like you said, the puck ult sets up for the Snapfire ult. But the cool thing about Snapfire is you can be so far away that you're not really going to get disrupted by like a Warlock type, because Warlock doesn't want to get that deep into a fight. He wants to initiate from afar, which will be, quote unquote, whoever's in the front line, which will not be Snapfire most of the time. So pretty good. Of course, they do have Nyx to kind of go into the back
That's
lines
rough.
a bit. Spike carapace against the ult is pretty good.
Yeah, it's a really good Nyx pick. It's like Nyx is probably, I mean, I'm not much of a Snapfire player myself, but I know from people that play the hero that they say Nyx is like the single most annoying counter. Granted, that was from the era of this hero where everything was based around the ultimate. Like I mentioned earlier, like it's not all based around the ultimate anymore. So just having that carapace maybe isn't such a counter. But then you have to also pair that with the fact that Nyx is one of the best puck counters in the game. It makes it so that you have to phase shift anytime you throw out the orb. And then if you silence and the Nyx is just standing there with carapace on the creep wave, you're stunned and you can get chain stunned and die. Whereas like in most games, that's impossible for a puck. So very solid Nyx pick from whoever's drafting on black and yellow, who God knows on a different day, it's going to be a different player.
Is this true?
Yeah,
do you like how they pick two supports right away, though? We see most teams are picking one core in the first two. If one of these, quote unquote, oh my God, all right, forget what I just said. Jenkins, tell me about Pudge.
Is that
how
maybe
are
a
you
Moon Meander Pudge too? And if that is the case, you'll have to comment on that, if it's something you've even seen grace your pubs or not.
Moon flames and threatens to dodge me every single time I hover over this hero in pubs. Dubu literally did dodge me because of the 1 in 17 Pudge performance. So I'm surprised that they picked this. I don't see any of them playing this. I would honestly even say like maybe this is going to be some like Brile mid or some carry Pudge possibly with like an Aghanim Scepter. And I know that sounds crazy. It's more likely in most scenarios, I'd say it's going to be for Pudge, but just with this team, like it could actually be a carry Pudge.
Well, it's not going to be off lane as the Legion commander now comes out, and that's certainly looking like Saberlight's hero. And I'm on the same page as you. I'm so surprised. It doesn't feel like it's a 4-position Pudge. It feels like if it is, they're kind of just doing this for the show. Dare I say, even for you. It just seems so out of touch for Undying. Unless
just
it's
for
Brile.
Jenkins.
I mean, I don't know. It feels like a meme kind of pickup. And it's the funny thing is like a point I had wanted to make before I went on those crazy tangents at the beginning of the draft, which, I love and appreciate, gentlemen, is that the drafting style for Undying always seems well studied. Like they took the whole week to actually prepare for some of the more serious opponents. Like we know they're going to pick the morph. We're going to have 3 answers ready for it, but I don't think they're premeditating something like the
When
Pudge.
the Nyx comes out, we're going to immediately snap pick the Pudge. You got the counter. Rot doesn't do enough damage to be Spike Carapace. No, it does. It does. There's I mean, it's a good matchup versus Warlock. I will say, if you're playing a 4 Pudge into like some Warlock or Crystal Maiden, legitimately that's like that's the dream for Pudge. You just hook this guy. He's always standing there. That doesn't do anything. He slowly walks away from you. You have an Orb of Venom. You rot him down, he dies, he feeds. Free dual damage.
I mean, this is a position 4 Pudge, right? So position 5 Snapfire, that's what we're assuming at least.
Maybe.
Pudge hook into Coil gives you more opportunity to work around Coil, I guess. The Shard, you've talked about it in the past. I've talked about it even before you because I'm the innovator of all things NA Dota at this point, Jenkins. You can eat your allies from 400 range. You don't need farm anymore other than the Shard itself, of course. That doesn't look particularly amazing. But with Snapfire, gentlemen, this is the ultimate initiation. Ag Snapfire. Pudge eats somebody. Snapfire eats them, spits them out. That's a double initiation into duel.
We need Lifestealer for the last pick to make this really happen. Oh, my goodness. That would be amazing.
I can't wait for Lifestealer to come out, and then we'll actually get a game 3 as well. It's going to be good.
Lifestealer, the Lifestealer... Granny Rot Bomb or whatever the hell you want to call it. That would be
that's disgusting.
That would be amazing.
What have you been watching, Dakota?
My
Jesus, back
goodness.
to
Jeez, the guy who listens to ear-licking ASMR is questioning your judgment, Dakota.
I'm literally listening to ear-licking ASMR right now. No meme.
The ASMR girl just told me that the last pick. No.
Dakota, can you please get this panel back on track for God's sake?
Come on, you're not.
I would challenge Day 9 or anyone out there to try to keep this shit together. I don't think
Day 9 had his chance. My friend.
Anyone with their certificate couldn't get this shit together. That's for sure. That's for sure. All right, we didn't acknowledge the Sven pickup at all, I guess, and it had been. This is like the second go around now for the Black and Yellow Sven. Sven season 2 is just suddenly starting to be a thing overall. Was once a meme pickup. Not long ago is now just good. Before it was like it felt niche to help with the cleave, to help with the burst. I don't know what it's good for here. Maybe it's just good within their own lineup with the fatal bonds, but now they pair it together with the slaughter dart. You have huge potential, huge burst, minus armor. Roche is no problem. Is it good enough to deal with the potential shenanigans of this Pudge lineup, though?
This is looking like just about the shittiest Pudge game I've ever seen. I hate playing against these like tanky strength cores that just like kill you with physical damage. Okay. 4 Pudge.
Terrorblade to finish it. Okay, it is definitely going to be a 4. It looks like as the rolls get assigned. There's the Moon Pudge. You got to pick it now. What is your say on the draft, Suns fan? I'll start with you.
Oh, this is black, and this is going to game 3, 100%. I will be beyond shocked. If Undying wins this, they are just on like 2 different tier higher than black and yellow right now.
This is a clear Undying victory. This is a perfect Pudge game if I've ever seen one. Back to you, Dakota.
Whoa. That flippity flop. I like to hear it. So our panel is split. Let's head to a break. When we come back, we've got Lyrical PPD and Observer Pop-Tart on it for you. It's your Pepperdy Pop-Tart.
Welcome back, Dota fans. We are here ready to go for game number 2. And you didn't miss that much. We're already into the game. One thing you did miss, though, was that we saw a little stat there on the opening thing that apparently Moon Meander, 34 and 24 all time on Pudge. PPD, what's your thought on this draft from both teams? It looks a little wild.
Well, I don't think Radiant's draft was too crazy. I see a lot of popular meta stuff going on there. They first picked the Warlock to deny that from Undying, which they struggled with in the previous game. The Pudge pick, a little bit, I think a little bit of a cocky pick. Maybe not really feeling themselves. I don't think it was the best pick. That being said, they have Puck. So Puck Snapfire, such a strong combo this patch. I feel like that's going to carry them through. If you look closely, they actually went with Legion Commander as their offlaner, and this is because it can sort of handle itself alone versus Warlock +1, which is kind of what we saw in the last game. The Lion leaving the Timbersaw, who couldn't really stand on his own. Legion Commander can do this pretty easily because he can just dispel Fatal Bonds or Shadow Word from himself.
The battle begins.
Yeah, and that was so much of the problem that we saw last time. Oh no, it begins at the beginning. And Yamsan, gets a little stunned and then able to sneak his way through there. So the Pudge hook not going to secure the first blood. Interesting.
What's interesting?
What? Yeah, it was interesting. I thought he was going to die.
Interesting. I got you. Yes, interesting. Pudge headed towards the bottom lane, playing the 4 position. They're actually a little bit late to lane, so this is going to hurt them a little bit. Yeah, Sven, pretty popular hero this patch. He's one of these heroes who doesn't mind to stay in lane, but also doesn't mind to leave his lane. And he's also pretty good against Legion Commander or really like any melee heroes. Sven's biggest counters are like, stuns, right? Things that stop him from attacking. Legion Commander, not really the best against Sven because, you duel him and he's still, beating the crap out of you.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely painful, and of course, the other forms of lockdown that they have. I guess probably the best thing would be if Pudge can manage to get a dismember on him or something like that. We'll see if it ends up happening. It does look like in pulling back this creep wave, Moon lost the range creep at some point. I didn't see where that one went to.
Yeah, but it went to the small camp, I think. Got denied, which is pretty unfortunate. But you can see this is sort of his strategy up against the Warlock. Like, no need to play the lane against Radiant. Just get his own experience, and then look to roam and punish the Warlock, who is more of a stationary laner.
Okay. I would love to see it if this is like the new way that everybody deals with Warlock, is like just get super hardcore roamers and then
This isn't the new way. This is the old way. This is the
old way.
This is always the way.
I guess that's
People,
fair.
you know, this hero comes in and out of the meta, and you just need to remember how to play against it.
Yeah. People forget, and some people never knew. You know, we got so many new people coming in, and Dota's been the same for a while.
Yeah, all the influx of players from the anime.
Exactly. That's what it is. That's what these guys are. I do like the idea that that's happening, though. I feel like I saw a couple things that were going on that said that we have some of a new round of Dota players that's coming in. So that's pretty cool.
True. Let's take a look at CS. Esk doing better on mid lane this game. Tiny is one of the best mid heroes against Puck, I think, just because you can burst him and kill him. But Puck is quite the hero, so we'll see. Bryle's able to pop off, which is usually the case. You know, usually the Pucks just get out of control and just take over the game.
Right. I think that we saw this match actually just the other day in Europe, and it was Limp that was playing it as well. Which obviously, you know, Limp Tiny, it's just a classic right there as well. Also honorary NA player, so I don't feel bad talking about him. But, you know, it feels like it's a hero that it can win the lanes pretty convincingly and then just make havoc happen later.
Mid lane, one of the more forgiving lanes. Very good hero to bottle rush with. Buys first item Blink Dagger and just kind of does his thing regardless of the heroes that he's up against. So definitely just a popular mid hero in general.
Absolutely. Well, so as you said, he's doing quite well. Very far ahead of the puck, and up top here we've seen some pretty back and forth action. Tomato got gone on at one of the earlier levels.
Nice
Ooh, good play there. And Zero to take a world of hurt. They managed to find the kill. The Impale coming out afterwards. Yamsun manages to finish him off with the mana burn. All right.
Okay. Yeah, not bad. Any carry death is good, so I would consider that. It was First Blood though, so First Blood probably worth it for Terrorblade there, to be honest. But at least they got him in the end.
When you think about this, Yamsun's saving a point right now. It's a
He's
little
got
bit
no
less.
mana. He's got no mana anyway, so.
All right, it is. Yeah,
But 2
fair.
points done.
So trade up off there. It was also Metamorphosis used in the midst of that trade, so this lane might become a little bit more annoying to play against.
Yeah, this lane is starting to look a lot better for Radiant, and that's kind of what we saw, or what they lacked in the last game. You know, Zero was kind of left on an island as the Timber saw, and didn't really, never really got to get going.
And in the meantime, down bottom, Jubei able to find the kill there with the 2 points in Shadow Word and Water Fatal Bonds. Legion just didn't have the mana for the press of the attack.
Yeah, and this is very, very good for Radiant. Sven winning his lane. This is huge for them. He's going to be able to stay here. And probably until at least level 6 or 7, and then look to move out into the jungle at some point.
Yeah, taking those 2 points in stun also.
Yeah, already got his phase boots in his stash. He'll have those pretty soon, and he'll be very, very strong on this lane. One of the nice things about playing with Warlock is you don't have to spend a lot of your gold on regen, so you can just kind of get your fast upgraded boots or Mask of Madness or whatever you're going for.
Right, definitely, which will be nice. Accelerating force there. 2-person stun afterwards, along with the Fatal Bonds working. As soon as they throw out that press the attack, immediately afterwards, adding that DOT onto Saberlight, real annoying.
What else we got going on? See the mid lane, we're going to have the 6-minute rune here pretty soon. Sort of like the big decider about who's got the upper hand on mid lane. Yamsun looking to maybe help secure that top rune. Zero's starting to get left on his own, though.
Well, we've seen this before. And he's got more levels this time, but not necessarily the greatest if he can't do much here. And Bryle gonna head down there. Actually drops the coil. Ooh, Moon almost hits him there with the hook, but off the mark. And instead, it's gonna be Moon going to the grave. Even though Bryle got that DD.
Yeah, he had to use his coil to kind of help secure the DD, which was kind of a good play, and I think it was fine. But the death there from Moon Meander kind of tilts that in the favor of Radiant, I'd say.
Down bottom, Saberlight presses the attack, turns back now, trying to take down Jubei, but Envy's going to be able to force him away as Moon makes the rotation, thinking about a hook, but calls it off afterwards.
Oh, Moon Meander playing your pudge.
And what? They actually get the kill up top there. Oh,
Yeah,
Tomato was too far.
Yeah, he got caught out.
Dubu down bottom along with Moon. He's just left completely on an island. And yeah, things not going quite as well this time for Undying.
Yeah, so with this current scenario, I don't think Terrorblade really has any business going back top. So he either wants to, well, he's going top, but he may have wanted to go bottom and just kind of play here and take the tower, because I think it's pretty hard for him to lane up against this Slardar, especially when he doesn't have meta.
Yeah. Another hook off the mark down bottom. Nyx Assassin missing, not sure exactly where he's at is the call. Amson already level 5 at 7.5 minutes.
Yeah, he's
This
having...
Nyx has gotten a lot.
I was the, he got that kill on Pudge, right? And then he also got the 2 kills on Terrorblade. He got the solo kill, right, where the Slardar died. So he's having a great game. And like the panel was talking about, this is a really good Nyx game up against the Puck and the Snapfire. So he could have some major impact.
Knowing that Tomato's right here, getting a little bit of XP, soaking it away. And we'll see if maybe they want to make a rotation with Esk. Yeah, that's going to be the call. Oh, this would be so huge for them. He doesn't know, and the chase is coming. He's heading off to the side. They went maybe a little early, but going to get in rage for the toss, and Tomato goes down.
Yeah, big mistake by Tomato to come back to this top lane. I think he really should have just gone bottom and played the easy lane where he needs farm. He doesn't have meta. He's in no position to interact with his opponents.
Duel down bottom, trying to find a kill. Jubei lives through
huge.
it. And Saberlight just wants the kill, but this heal is too strong. 2 points up, and Jubei turns the delayed triple kill. Dude, what a game.
They got envy mid, though.
Uh-oh. That's not as good for them, but still huge for black and yellow.
Yeah, Eska's having a great game. It's really awesome to have a great... to have a mid laner who's having a good game. He's going to have this blink so early, and it's not just a blink, right? He has Windlace, he has Phase Boots, Magic Wand, Raindrop. Like, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. And there's a lot of... I think the Pudge is going to be a free kill for him. I think Puck, with a +1, Puck plus Nyx, or... Yeah, really, Puck plus Nyx is going to be a kill on... I'm sorry, Nyx plus Tiny is going to be a kill on Puck. And then Snapfire is also probably just a free kill for Tiny combo.
Yeah, it's devastating. And I mean, it's not like, Terrorblade is this like easy to sort of keep alive hero. I mean, I guess that they have Legion for press the attack, and eventually they're gonna have that Pudge shard as well. But yeah, we'll see how this one goes. It's gonna be a while. A lot of damage can be done in the meantime. So, Peter, 9.5 minute mark now. What's the sort of game plan if you're Undying? Do you just try and play defensively around your TB, or do you try and make moves with the other heroes? What's sort of the thought process here?
I think you want to use your ultimates to take good fights, right? They have the Snap Ult, they've got the Puck Coil. Maybe they can get a kill here, but Nyx is not really the target they want.
No, not really at all. Saberlight moves over. Now it's Zero walking into position there with the bash, immediately purged off. Yemsun chasing, though, wants to get that finish. They don't have enough damage. They went out a bit too far. And now the duel, oh, that hurts.
Yeah, because he used that Carapace when they found him, they didn't have it for the Snapfire ult. And it was a good move by Duba there just to know that and just to cast it, and gives them so much damage inside that coil. Killing Slardar, who was, one of Radiant's scariest heroes.
It's interesting. I think that we've seen a couple of Nyxes occasionally go for like the max Carapace build just to get that cooldown down lower. But this time opting for more and stun. I mean, there's a lot of considerations here. Like if Bryle is able to break that chain stun at any point too, then, he's away. So he just needs more levels, I think.
No, definitely. And I do agree with you. I think he should maybe stop putting points in stun and get more points in Carapace, because it is such an important spell this game for his team.
Yeah. Well, this is what you wanted to see. The smoke up rotation from Nyx and Tiny. We'll see if they connect, though.
Blink Dagger. As soon as he gets the Blink Dagger, he's making this play.
Tomato underneath the ancient camp. Bryle's moving in as well. Avalanche toss, trying to get in range, and they get the kill. Spike Carapace, Bryle chasing him down, and a couple more punches from Dubu. Ends his life. Now Moon able to find it afterwards. Undying bringing absolutely everybody to this fight, and Esk tries to get away, but they're going to drop the coil for this one. Zero tries to get the turnaround now. Going to throw for that stomp, a couple more punches, dodges the hook, but gets found in the river, and then the rock comes down with the fatal bonds onto all of them. They don't have press the attack for another couple of seconds, and Saberlight gets bashed, gets killed. Zero continuing the chase. Tomato's back alive now, and the rest of black and yellow have to run.
The hook.
What a weird fight. Good dodge there by Jube, able to get out of harm's way. But
Sidestep king.
that was wild. The whole time
Look here,
Envy's
too.
farming.
Top tower is under attack.
Okay, he's dead.
Oh no. I thought he ran left. Okay, no, he went back up there to steal the bounty run. That didn't happen.
Yeah, he was de-warding. I think he thought maybe he was going to find a ward up there.
Zero goes back in and just gets demolished by the illusion. But they move in with Yamsun, so Tomato dies a second time within a 3-minute period. Yamsun tries to back out of here, doesn't have that much left in the tank, and he's going to go down as well. So the fight just kept going. And again, this is all time when Envy's farming.
This is a lot of space for their Sven carry. The Terrorblade, he just keeps finding himself in spots he doesn't want to be at. He gets picked off farming his Ancients because none of his supports are, protecting him. He's kind of been... Yeah, he got left alone, right? We saw Dubu kind of made that same mistake Yamsun did in the previous game where he left that safe lane really early and they said, hey, we're going to play 4 Protect 1, just try not to die. But with this early Blink Dagger on Tiny, they've just identified and been able to find him farming where he shouldn't.
Oh, danger.
Nice
Force Staff, Coil, Hook, Coil, and Ask tries to get out of there. Duel is out second round, though, and they kill off the Tiny.
That was a tough fight for them to take. They're only, 2 heroes when that started, 3 heroes eventually. No Warlock Rock for the team fight there. And that tower was pretty much guaranteed that they probably should just let it go.
Yeah, they get baited in. Esk was down there saying, I think probably he wanted to go on the puck because he was looking so juicy and tasty. But another hook, able to land. Zero's like, fine, come hook me, I don't care. Oh, wait, no, does he care? All right, Moon ends up going down, but Zero also falling.
Yeah, Radiant taking, we kind of saw this in the previous game. They're taking a lot of fights, not as a team, these individual 1 to 2 man plays that keep happening that are kind of hurting them a lot because you see Undying is just, in my opinion, the better team. They're playing more together. So even though they kind of had a rough start, they're getting back into it here in the mid game via team fighting and playing together.
Well, definitely what you need to do, and I still think that it's going to be a hard game if your carries died 5 times by the 14-minute mark, but they're finding ways back into it through exactly what you were talking about, using their ultis, taking these fights on Undying, and bringing more numbers.
Yeah, I don't think the rest of Dire is really having a bad game. You could argue a case for Moon Meander on the Pudge, maybe not playing the most effective hero.
Right.
They're going on him mid here. Looks pretty dead.
Taking some damage. Ooh, pulled back in and killed. And Saberlight also underneath the tower. They brought their heroes. Drop the rock. Bryle, Coil now on to 3. Trying to move in with this one. Dubu taking down Ask, but they toss back in the puck. Zero doesn't have a bash, and he'll get away. I guess at the same time, I was sort of talking about Tomato dying so much. He's still top of the net worth somehow.
White farms very quickly. Yeah. One of the fastest farmers. Does have a pretty bad laning phase a lot of the time, which kind of was the case, but I'm not really worried. I feel like he has plenty of comeback potential, and with Terrorblade, you actually always have plays because of the way Sunder works. Being able to reverse your HP really punishes, can really punish enemies who think they can kill you, but they can't. Right. It's kind of like Nakes Infest or Relocate. It's like you don't expect them to be that effective, but if the enemy team messes up, even if you're down 8 or 10k gold, you still have a play.
Totally. Yeah, using the strength, or rather, I guess, your weakness to your own benefit with the low HP pool. It's kind of interesting, mechanic-wise.
Yeah, the game could get to a point where they don't really have a way to kill Sven, but one amazing Sunder could change everything.
Totally. Smoke up now, coming from Undying, but at the same time, a lot of heroes in the area for Black and Yellow. No rock.
Playing the 16-minute rune, that was the power objective they're all focused on, and looks like they're going to give Slardar a go here with the Snapball.
Quick and easy catch there for the kill. Get the duel win as well.
Out of Coil, that's the synergy nobody was talking about.
Spike, stun, Avalanche, toss onto both. Nice hit. Doing a good chunk of damage there, trying to kill off Saberlight, but instead they lose Yamsun, and Bryle able to get out of harm's way. What a freaking win there. And Saberlight gets home too.
Lacking damage once again, right? You see these guys are taking fights with less. They're always missing that one hero, right? In this case, it was the Slardar who was already dead. But yeah, there goes Jube dying alone. guys are just getting picked apart.
Heavy recognition of when they are strong on Undying, and showing that experience that they've got, taking full advantage of it. Rocks down, Metamorphosis was up, let's party.
Anytime I'm trying to give people advice on like where to be on the map in Dota, it's if you're in the mid lane, that should be because you want to 5v5, right? Which should mean, Warlock ult is up, maybe you just got a BKB and you're a carry, or maybe your mid hero just got a Blink Dagger. They're doing an Envy Roche here. I don't know if Moon's gonna check it.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Hello, how's it going, sir? Yeah, he's gonna go down. And are they gonna be able to contest this? I don't know. Coil's back up again. Oh god, they're thinking about it. Orb.
They want to give it up for free.
Orb goes out. Roche is very low. They don't have meta though. Dubu's in the area as well. They buy back on the Pudge, wanting to move in. Esk trying to be in front of them, but they get the Aegis.
A good clean Aegis there. God Strength is running out though. Oh, good throwback by Esk.
Toss back. Saberlight in trouble, dead.
Man, that Sven plus Slardar is a ton of damage.
Very interesting. 18-16, and Aegis #1 goes the way of black and yellow, as Janssen's going to disconnect there. But very close game. I mean, we're still seeing, like you talked about, that synergy of like the hook and the coil when it actually does work. There are a couple times where they tried it earlier and it didn't quite work out for them, but it still feels like Undying have some cool things they can do in this game. It's just that black and yellow are really starting to roll a little bit once they actually do start playing together.
I think Dire's team fights is very like execution based, whereas Radiant just kind of hits their buttons. So you can, it's up to you which lineup you prefer, but I usually prefer the easier one to play.
Absolutely.
Fudge is a very like high finesse hero where you have to, do a lot of fancy things, which is, it comes down to just probability at a certain point, right?
Yeah, for sure. Eventually when you're trying all those different things, it's going to get a little bit weird. But can see now, after that Aegis, Envy queuing up. He did have actually the BKB queued up, but now he's going back for the Sanjin Yasha instead. Buys out the full Yasha. Hook, coil, snapped, into the stun afterwards, and Zero going to fall.
Slardar with the controversial Mask of Madness purchase. Always, sometimes they buy it, they think it's like, oh wait, Envy's in trouble. What's happening here?
I am not sure. This is getting weird.
Hook missed.
Undying have used a lot of their spells and have not managed to get a kill with Yamsun right on top of them. I don't know if they want to fight though.
20 seconds on God Strength, which is big for them, and Warlock's nowhere to be seen, so Radiant may just go push this tier 2.
They have really good vision in this area though. I like this Radiant ward. Just outside of range of that cliff. Oh, Saberlight. Stun comes out, hook afterwards to save a life. Blink away from Moon, not wanting him to die. The cookie afterwards. Chase, Yule Scepter lift up, and instead they turn onto Moon. Try and take him down. Envy on a killing spree. Yamsun still chasing there. Throws out another stun. Jubei's in the area too.
It's not the objective you need, Radiant. You need the tier 2. Oh,
I mean,
we'll see.
This is weird. Continues. They're going instead onto Envy. Envy's alone up here now. The rest of his team's on the other side of the map.
That's fine.
Envy has to back out. He has Coil back up again. Now moving in with Terrorblade. Envy might just lose his life here.
Mind. It's not fine.
Dude, what is happening? Where's his team? The duel?
Oh, the clean!
He gets the win! Okay, and now with Nyx coming in, they actually have a way to take this. Super weird, and the Metamorphosis up on the high ground. Esk. They throw out the stun, try and turn on to him. Tomato finds the kill, might end up dying for it. The Golem comes out. Zero trying to chase down Tomato here. This fight has gotten so weird. Legion Commander coming back in after Dubu takes down Yamsun, and now with press the attack, Tomato's fine. How did black and yellow throw this positional advantage? Unreal.
We saw it, right? They were chasing on mid lane, where they chased all the way down to this like dire triangle, and as a result, Envy, who I think was actually making the right play. This tier 2 tower top was sort of the objective they wanted to get with their first Aegis, but his team sort of abandoned him, and he didn't, back up when his team abandoned him, so he gets caught. And good heads up play from Dire there. Almost a turn, but
what a hook afterwards as they catch onto Zero. Moon was super ready. Duel comes out. I mean, you know, you saying that, I think I like what you're saying, but it also reminds me of like that kind of adage that like even a bad play, if it's done all together, is better than like two separate plays. You know what I mean?
Or yeah, they're just doing two different things, and that's where you really get into trouble with Dota. It's like you can make a inefficient play or a bad play, but if you do it all together, the punishment is usually a lot less.
Right.
Because they were still, they were still stronger than Dire, but the problem was they just got picked apart.
Yeah. Toss back, nice play there, and this might end up catching here onto Dubu. Have a stun afterwards. He cookies, tries to get out of there. He's in a very weird place.
Oh, wow,
where they
that's a nice
can't
clip
reach
there.
him, but the toss from the low ground, they get the kill. Yeah, it's weird. You see that tree that's over there on the like semi-low ground over on that same area? If you go a little to the right there, to the right of that one, Pop-Tart.
Yeah, I see it.
And you can get stuck on that cliff. You can't get off of it. It's a weird place.
It reminds me of I can't remember. I think it was a game that I played where there's like the cliff on Dire, and then we like RP skewered somebody. It was when I was playing with NIP and Tanner, and he was playing Magnus, and he would RP skewer people to those cliffs near the Roche pit, and they would just get stuck on that for like the entire fight.
It's a hallmark of NA Dota.
Well,
know?
this was EU Dota, but yes,
okay, that's fair enough. You taking it with you?
The positional, like those cliffs can, that cliff tease you, right? They can be the end.
Absolutely. That's all it takes. Jubei goes down. Bryle godlike. It was a coil for the Warlock, but I mean he didn't have Golem anyways. It's basically useless at this point.
Yep, kills a kill. They have, they're getting closer and closer to Satanic on Terrorblade. There's no Aegis at the moment, still waiting for Roshan to spawn. Truly believe that most Dota games are decided on second Aegis, so we're going to have the big fight coming up here, and it is looking pretty even at the moment.
Very interesting stuff. And yeah, as you said, those Roche fights are always so consequential as Yamsun finds the Yule Scepter afterwards. Stun out. Saberlight's right there. Avalanche toss after the E-Blade. Esk also has the overwhelming blink queued up. And they turn. Oh, this is not the duel you wanted, sir. Blows up one. Bryle able to get out afterwards. So they will lose the Nyx Assassin, but take down two for it.
Terrorblade pop meta as well, so this is going to be, once Yamsun responds, Radiant's not even going to wait. They're just going to go now. They've got the God Strength. No,
And
not popped yet.
They have Golem, too.
Yeah, they've got this ward that you talked about earlier that they kind of maybe know where Dire is at the moment. Finding Terrorblade would be huge.
Oh, there he is!
Oh, they know.
Chase, Dubu's to the side, Cookie away, tries to keep him alive. And
Terrorblade, guys, Terrorblade.
Yeah, they take down the support first.
Yeah, they know.
Coil. Tomato, he's in a safe place, but the chase down is there. Avalanche, what else they have left in the tank? Could hook out, keeping zero waves. Sunder comes out afterwards. They try and chase for the kill, can't quite get him. Trying to stay on target, but the press the attack and the runaway. S can't find the catch-away. Stun now afterwards, trying to kill Tomato. He is so low, but Envy can't quite get him with the cleave. It's not enough, it's not in range. Saberlight dropping lower and lower to the Golem, and the right clicks coming from Envy. Eventually finds that kill, and Moon now off to the side. Another Yule Scepter lift up, interrupting the stun! Dude, Moon!
There's a
what
Terrorblade
there. Terrorblade doesn't get gone on. Instead, they try and turn their attention back to Moon, but Tomato, he got his Satanic! And now he's regenning back up from it. They have another Spike Carapace in a second. Envy, no more God Strength. This game has gotten so weird. Oh, and the hook connects, and the control, but the impale, the try and turn, but Envy ends up going down. What a beautiful fight from Undying. Talk about finesse.
Yeah, they really forced the issue there. They didn't have the Nyx Assassin, and I also think that their pursuit of the Terrorblade, like they stopped for the Snapfire, but Terrorblade was the target, right? Like Snapfire didn't have ult, didn't have Cookie anymore. He really was just kind of like, he's a bit of a range creep.
Yeah.
But they kind of switched their focus there for a second, and as a result, like the Terrorblade got away and got that Sunder off that we were talking about earlier on the Tiny, and totally changed the fight.
What an interesting game that we've got on our hands. I mean, it still feels like Terrorblade is that hero where you win one or two good fights and anything that was bad that's going on suddenly, turns around because you get all the objectives on the map. How concerned would you be right now if you're black and yellow as an instant Roche respawn?
Well, it was a really unfortunate fight, but I've said a couple times this cast, I think the game is not really. I mean, it's the nail in the coffin. Really, is that second Roche where the carry. Maybe they get the carry gets the Ag shard right, and he gets that extra net worth, and he just he has the Aegis. He just becomes like a complete beast.
Right.
I think games are really hard to win after that, but well, there's still some fight left in Radiant for sure.
Okay, and they're chasing there. Double saves both the hook and the press the attack. Double stun comes out afterwards, but they'll give up the chase now. And
really close to this Envy's BKB, which is huge for him. He is getting stunned a lot in these fights. He has the SNY that gives him that status resistance, but just being stun immune is going to actually let him finish a lot of these targets like the Terrorblade in that previous one.
Bryle showing briefly on the map there. Has the Aeon disc, but they could try and set something up here and see if they could punish. As Bryle does have the blink.
Too.
Yeah, that's a big one for him.
This is where Puck becomes really OP. Like Sven can't really do anything if he gets coiled. He kind of just needs to chill.
Right.
He's a good hero that can man up inside the coil, right? If he's got God Strength, there's probably not going to be anyone coming in at him. But if he gets hooked out of the coil or Terrorblade is just teeing off on him inside the coil, I think he is going to die. And here we go. Ag's coil.
In trouble now. Turns, wants to fight. Tomato hits onto him, leashing up. The rock comes out afterwards. Yamsun has another round of the stun. He's bringing him down low.
Any Sunders?
Any
Sunders?
Try turn the bash, the crush. Tomato ends up being punished. They find the finish, but it did cost them 2 supports. Envy down somewhat low. Has to be careful. What a hook coming in from Hopa. One swipe with the Imp Claw. Thank you for pulling me in.
And should be the cue for Radiant to go hit Roshan. If they've got their timers, they know this is probably up.
Oh, yep. And they get a good item for Sven here, the Titan Sliver. That is huge.
That item maybe one of the best he could have gotten in this game. Here we go, Radiant. You have Slardar. This should be easy. Slardar also having his BKB for this fight. 2 BKBs for Radiant. They're really huge.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Puck. They were able to just tunnel that Terrorblade, who was honestly way too close, right? Like that. Yeah. He did not need to be that close to Sven in that coil.
Bryle thinking about going in here. Got to be careful. Has the blink, but won't go for it. Envy gets the Aegis.
The shard.
Somebody got
Tiny
it.
shard? Nah. Nyx shard?
No. Who is it?
Nyx has it now, but
oh, they gave it to Warlock. Wait, or did he buy his own? Nyx has it?
He bought his own. Nyx has it in his inventory. So just depends if he wants. What does Sven's do? Just buys the spell, and I think you should give it to Sven.
Okay.
Not.
I'm trying to think. What's the main thing you dispel in this game?
It gives 4-second CD reduction on your stun. I think that these Ag shards are meant to be for, or not necessarily meant for, but I think they're best put on your carry. Anything to make your carry stronger. Right. It's 1,400 net worth. I mean,
yeah.
If the effect is somewhat useful, I think you want to give it to them, unless there's like a game-changing shard on one of your other heroes. But not sure that's the case.
Yamsun took it, so he's moving around that much quicker than, of course, the extra magic resistance stuff as well. I mean, it would have been nice also against the Aeon disc, the Dispel. There's a couple things like that. Regardless, though, black and yellow, leaving ceremonial robes in the ground. Envy's like, go pick that up.
It is what it is, but second Roshan does go the way of Radiant, which is huge. I would consider them in a leading position in this game at the moment.
All right. And Slardar hanging on to the cheese for the moment on 0. As you mentioned, that Mask of Madness has the BKB done. Now 1,100 gold on top of it. See what he wants to go for. Anything else that's sort of game-changing coming out from Dire? I mean, they have Solar Crest and Mech. Dubu's been able to get a lot of pretty good items here, but really it just feels like it's because Saberlight's been so neutered in this game. Like, second lowest net worth. It's been rough for the Legion.
I think Dire will do a lot of split pushing during this time. They have Terrorblade and Puck, who are both like exceptional split pushers, and they can just kind of dodge Radiant. Nyx could, give them some trouble if he's able to catch them with his setup, right? He did get the Ag Shard, which will help him do that. But they're trying to go on in near mid. Breaks the coil.
Okay, got him caught. Has a Yules afterwards, as well as some stick charges. That one is just going to be in the bag. Fluffy Hat won't keep you alive there.
Yeah, he's got 3 neutral items right now. I'm not sure what he's doing with them all.
That's a good point. The Ironwood tree is the one that's the most weird to me. Why is that in his inventory? The heck?
Saving it. GG, Brents. You drop some G's on your opponents.
I like that. Okay.
So, Dire just chilling, right? No Aegis. I doubt they're going to force high ground, but they can just force these tier 2 towers with their Terrible Illusions, which you expect them to be on the... Oh, wow. Warlocks might get caught.
Oh, Jubei. They got him. Comes right in range and able to find the kill. And no buyback. Dude, they're pushing high ground now. They don't have buyback on either supports.
A little bit of feeding here from Radiant.
Got the overwhelming blink comboed together with the E-Blade. But they lose a tower. Tier 3 goes down. And now a set of Rex. Radiant has the Aegis and Cheese. None of this matters. They just blow it up.
Terrorblade's a beast. He's got his butterfly, and now he's almost got his next item with this Rax Gold he just got.
Jeez. The overwhelming blink is very interesting. I don't know if it's that good. What do you think about this item? Like, obviously with E-Blade, there's some added value there where, you know, you're amping up the damage that you're doing on both of them, but it feels weird to me.
I think Assault Cuirass would be very good for their team. Maybe he's kind of playing into that all-in combo.
I guess. Hook comes in afterwards with the coil, stunned for freaking ever. Gets the kill onto Esk. Envy now in trouble. Envy gonna lose the Aegis. Amsun has another round of Spike Carapace, but they're in trouble here. Zero throws out that crush. Envy, BKB, the turnaround though. Maybe enough with God Strength. They've already lost the Legion Commander. Can they kill Tomato though? This Terrorblade is hard to deal with the butterfly, but the eventual beatdown. Wait, no, he got saved.
Pudge ate him.
Oh,
yes,
what a ridiculous hero in the Sunder afterwards. All right, that's a hell of a combo. Holy moly. And now Zero's in trouble too. They buy back on a couple. The save coming from the Pudge. Envy ends Moon's life for the insolence, but he did his job.
They may just go throne here. Oh, no, they have no meta for a minute, so let's take it easy. Hit some buildings.
Oh, and a good job by Jubei as well, cutting that creep wave. So they don't have creeps, gonna have to deal with the one that's up here. So it buys a little bit more time for black and yellow, but I don't know, with no God Strength now for another 50 seconds. Ugh, this is
They could easily lose a second set of racks here. If not, just the game meta will be up. They don't have tier 2 bottoms, so it's hard for them to push for megas, but I feel like Dire's in a spot where they may just be able to end the game if they want to. May just wait for third Roche, though. It's probably the safer, smarter play.
Yeah. And it looks like they're going to take what they were given and finish off just the tier 3 tower top, getting set up to see if anybody from black and yellow heads out of here and ventures too far forward. But man, what a turn of fortunes. That was wild. I mean, you know, you can look at some of these graphs, see the win probability, XP and everything else. It was looking really even there and just fell off a cliff. Well, again,
just go here with as soon as meta is up. Taking the really safe route, playing on their high ground here. Don't want to extend too far.
Yeah, especially I was wondering because, you know, it's the golem on cooldown for another minute.
Yeah, that could have been a go there for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, choosing to play a little bit safer, right? It could have been a good go. It could have also been bad, depending on how the rest of the spells would have been cast. Here they can, you know, chill up here, keep pushing top and mid, wait for that third Roche to spawn, and secure an Aegis for their Terrorblade.
Finishes off the data list now, so he's got some damage, but no buyback. And
I feel like they can just maybe coil into hook. Oh, but the creeps just spawned.
Got their eyes on him. Snapfire ulti afterwards. Okay, coil down. Stun. Manta dodge.
Missed the hook. It's a good try.
Look at these illusions. Like, what the hell? Oh, Avatos. On to Moon. Turns. Wants to chase. Wants to fight. Stun is out. Tomato not stunned, though. Envy is getting eaten alive there. Golem comes out afterwards, but where's the rest of their damage? They don't have it. Duel onto S. Cook gonna be off the mark, but I don't know if it matters. Spike Carapace, and they take down Bryle. Dead for 100 seconds. So they lose themselves 3 heroes now as Zero goes down and Yamsun. As soon as Tomato shows up, the rest of them are fallen. And Envy now in a world of hurt, now stuck watching his towers just evaporate. Yeah, this is a hard one. He's running out of God Strength now too. He's got a freaking Scotty on Tomato as the beatdown continues in towards the fountain damn near. Hook comes back, Yamsun trying to pull him in, trying to get him into position. Stun, not gonna stop it.
Tomato is in the fountain.
He's just like, yeah, this looks pretty nice in here. Literally taunting him, giving some vision for the hook, but it won't come in time, and they're gonna focus back on the buildings now.
Yep, Terrorblade proving to be too much for Radiant. Last pick Terrorblade here. Radiant did have a much better laning phase. However, in that mid game, even when they had that second Aegis, they kind of just got picked apart individually, which is what we saw a lot during the game. Them just not playing together, and Radiant or Dire just doing a better job. Better teamwork. Not too surprised.
Yeah, I think, like you said, there were so many moments here where it felt like Black and Yellow had that opportunity, and Undying, through a combination of delay and through a combination of just recognizing their strengths, they were able to come out with this 11K gold lead now, and they're
on Saberlight here bottom.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Does have that press the attack afterwards. Can they chain stun and make his way out? Nope, the hook comes. And then Moon eats him up, 4 step away. Easy peasy. Oh, God. Yeah.
Glad they gave Pudge something, though. I mean, he was such a bad hero. At least he has like a save now. There's some utility for him. He's sort of, once you have the shard, you're a little bit more similar to Tusk. Tusk is a really popular hero right now because of Snowball.
Right.
The unique 4 position that has good laning, but then also has save. Gives him. There's more of a reason to pick him, right? You don't feel as bad if you miss all your hooks, right? You can still save your teammates.
True. Yeah, it's needed. Tomato.
Yeah, it's a helpful change.
Does have Aghanims. Turns around. Satanic beat down now onto Envy. The Terror Wave afterwards, forcing the rest of them away. They'll kill off the Nyx Assassin. Oh, okay. They bring it down. Could not get the Sunder off. Okay. Round 2 of this one. He actually has that meta. It was just the Terror Wave.
Oh, that was the Terror Wave.
Yeah, but Envy getting chased down here. Bryle wanting to beat him to death. Doesn't have another coil for 40. Envy still making his escape as Tomato continues the chase. E-Blade to slow down. Satanic takes off that E-Blade. A quick little runaway.
Yeah, the Satanic there pops the whole group wave to full HP. Little efficiency, keep that farm up.
Exactly.
Gotta stay in the game.
But no more God Strength now. To be fair, Metamorphosis is wearing out here pretty soon as well.
What's the interaction with Sven's ag? Oh wait, they're just going for Throne.
Yeah. Tier 4s. Trying to take him down.
God Strength.
Golem is back up. 7 seconds until Warlock is here. Envy gonna walk in, try and draw some fire. Tomato's not having it, just hitting the buildings. Now turns his attention back onto Envy. Coil comes out, the toss afterwards. Trying to make something out of nothing. The Golem Fatal Bonds, where is it? They needed it just a moment there. The chase down, Tomato walking away. Can they kill him off? Sunder comes out at the end. On to Bryle, that's your teammate. Oh no.
Whoa.
They lose them both. They don't have buybacks.
We're going the other way.
And the Sam hell has happened here.
Saberlight getting out here.
Almost gets him, but can't quite get there in time. And Saberlight channeling the feelings of Black and Yellow.
All right, so this is that moment where you win the fight you didn't think you were gonna win, and you're not prepared for what's gonna happen next. What do you do? What do you do as Radiant? Are you going down mid?
That's where it appears to be.
That's the default response, right? Like, guys, what should we do? Let's go down mid.
Yeah.
So there were some buybacks used. I believe well, not from Radiant. It was a Pudge buyback, really late.
The rest of them were just not having buyback off of gold.
Yeah, and everyone's bought out, huh? So they have God Strength. They're going to try and hit high ground here. Envy's dropped his phase boots for a Butterfly.
Okay.
He's powering up.
Dude, they don't have Terrorblade for 40 more seconds. What
do they know?
Are
they
Black and Yellow going to do? The tier 4 time.
So Puck has 30 seconds. He has buyback. He's going to have to use it, I think.
They use the glyph.
Nobody's cutting midway from Dire.
Creep waves coming in. Envy focusing here. Have black and yellow been able to pull something out of the hat? Avalanche toss back, catching onto Saberlight. They buy back on Brio. The coil's not going to stop them. They're going in for the throne. Black and yellow want it so badly. The Hook trying to stop it, but game is over.
Oh my
black
goodness gracious.
Pull one out at the end.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed this one. This is why you watch Eternal Envy games, guys. Or really just Dota in general, right? This was such a hopeless game. I feel like I was talking about like what Dire or what Radiant should have done to win this game, but
we were done.
It turns out, yeah, they didn't need my help. They had it all figured out in the end. So that's exciting. We got a game 3 and a really, really tough loss for Dire here, throwing away a pretty one game, I think.
Oh, he needed 200 gold for buyback on Tomato. Like,
or to use, I mean, yeah, the Sunder didn't even help him, right?
No, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, he sundered Brio, which they might have been BKB'd or something at the point. I'm not exactly sure, but
disaster.
you can never count out Envy. Like I was done with this game. I was like thinking about how I'm going to throw back to the panel, and
this is going to be my first game 3 of the DPC.
I'm proud. This is good. I'm glad that we were able to do it. You were worried about the Envy games being something ridiculous, and I'm glad that they didn't disappoint.
The panel talked about it. I feel like Black and Yellow is one of those teams that has hope. I feel like some of the DPC teams, they're just there. Do you know what I mean? They're just trying to, not get relegated, play their games, maybe improve a little bit, make some prize money. But Envy doesn't really, I mean, that's one of the good things about Envy. He doesn't really treat himself like that. Like he's always, pursuing greatness and championships. So excited to see them win game 2 here. This would be a huge upset if they could pull it off in game 3.
Well, and that's always the question, what happens to the mentality after a loss like that? How does the team respond? A lot of questions that now need to be answered that we didn't think were going to be asked.
Maybe you shouldn't have picked Pudge, this is what you deserve. We'll see.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in just a few with game number 3. For now, to a quick break, and then let the panel break it all down. See you then.